Hey, it's Mitchell here. I'm here to do two movie reviews tonight. First up is going to be 22 Jump Street, which you can tell by the name of the title of the video. Second up is going to be Willow Creek, which is a found footage horror movie. So, here we go. 22 Jump Street review. Let's go. Alright, so what do I have to say about 22 Jump Street? Is it better than the first one? Is it not as good as the first one? Is it just sucks balls? Is it amazingly awesome? Or is it just another sequel? I'm here to tell you, it is a good sequel. Is it a retread of the first one? Yes, it is. But that's the joke. That's the awesome joke about this movie. Is actually the whole reason why they retreaded it was just so they could make fun of it as being a sequel, because in most sequels they retread the original. So I love that. I mean, that's just so genius. I don't think I've ever seen that in a movie before. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, I love these guys. These guys are like, anytime these guys come out with a movie now, I'm expecting this movie's gonna be good. I mean, think about it. These guys are on a freaking roll. I mean, they just did the Lego movie, was released 5 months ago. I mean, that's insane. Actually, yesterday on Friday, 22 Jump Street just earned $25 million. I mean, come on. The Lego movie grossed $69 million in opening weekend, and they're saying that this weekend for 22 Jump Street it's gonna earn at least $60 million. And if it does, it'll be the first time two people made the same movie, or same two different movies that actually scored that much money at a time. I mean, only Phil Lord and Chris Miller can do that. Anyway, so the movie stars Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, which you know from the first one, duh. Channing Tatum in this movie is good, just like it was in the first one. I thought in the first one he was gonna be sucky and he wasn't gonna be funny, and why the hell would they put him in this? But knowing Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they had to do that, and it turned out they were right. They picked the right choice. It's just him playing dumb. It's just perfect because he looks like a big dumb guy. So like that fits perfect, and I can see why they picked him. And he actually has a sense of humor, and you can tell because if he wasn't funny, he wouldn't be in these movies. Jonah Hill is just as funny as he was in the first one. He plays, he really, sometimes he plays the same character, but he plays the shy, the guy that no one cares for and all that. But, it works, and it worked here in this movie, and just like it did in the last movie with dumb Channing Tatum's character. They both go and infiltrate, you guessed it, college. The funny thing about that is that, the first one, they went to school. And now they're going to college, which is like, that's kind of the same thing they did in the first one. Well, like I said before, they're making fun of the whole thing retreading the original, and I just love that, and I can't say it enough. It's just so awesome. Now there's a couple of supporting players that are actually really funny too, like what's her name? She was on, I think, Saturday Night Live, I think, yeah, her name's Jillian Bell. She plays kind of a weird roommate that kind of suspects that Jonah Hill is not as old as he thinks or as young as he thinks he is, and she's like, "Oh, you seem like you look a 30-year-old, like you're all old, and wrinkly, and shriveled up looking." She's actually really funny in it. There's twins played by Lucas brothers. They're stoners. They're pretty funny. They're pretty funny. Some critics are saying that they're really funny. They're breakout stars of this movie, but I just thought they were just decent. But they were still good characters nonetheless. And this movie also has Kurt Russell's son Wyatt Russell, who plays a friend that Jinko ends up becoming friends with in the movie. It pushes complications to Jonah Hill because, Jonah Hill and him, he's like his only friend he ever had because he was made fun of in high school and stuff. And Jinko is like, it's kind of like his best bud. But then when his best bud starts talking to someone else, he starts kind of feeling lonely, like he's being left out, and that maybe this whole friendship doesn't actually work. And hilarity ensues. They make fun of romantic comedies actually. They have the characters where they're like they're best friends in the movie, but then they break up in the middle of the movie, but then they find each other later in the movie. But it's just more of a bromance. It's just like two guys, just best buddies, and one of them, and it's funny because they actually go to couples therapy, but is actually they actually happen to be accidentally into a spot where a teacher that goes to school there in that college happens to be a therapist, a couples therapist, and it's like they're like, oh, he's always too clingy, and he's always venturing out, hanging out with other people and other guys and all this stuff, and I kind of find that really funny. There's also Peter Stormare. He plays the Ghost. He is not funny in this movie. I was expecting him to be really funny, but he wasn't. So anyway, so they both go to college, and they both deal with that whole relationship between each other, jealousy, and all this crap. Jonah Hill finally gets a score with a woman, and she's actually pretty hot. And so, but at the same time, you don't really find them believable. Which, the funny thing is that they don't really get together in the movie, because the main romance, or bromance you might say, is between Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. So she's kind of just in there just to kind of be kind of an obstacle in their relationship, just like the other guy is taking away his best bud. This movie has a lot of different types of genres in it. Like there's the cop genre, and the comedy genres in this movie are really funny. Like there's physical comedy, there's dialogue funny, there's some gross out moments, there's some bodily fluid jokes, but there's not very many of those, which I'm kind of happy for that, because I hate movies that try to be funny. Ooh, a fart! Oh, it's so funny! Ah! Let's see. The cinematography in this movie is really good. I like the way how it's all, especially during the spring break, everything's all shiny and happy and all that stuff. And, I could tell that, based on Phil or Chris Miller's other movies, they're really visually type of people, so there's visual jokes in the movie, and some don't work, but a lot of them do. A lot work really well. The cast together, they all flowed really well. Wyatt Russell actually is, I think I mentioned it, I'm not sure about mentioning it again just in case. He's actually Kurt Russell's son, actually. He freaking actually didn't want to be in the Hunger Games because he wanted to be in this movie, which I guess that's pretty cool. I kind of find that cool. It's just, what else? Ice Cube, yep. I shouldn't have forgot him. Ice Cube is funny in this movie than he has in forever. I mean, just everything about him in this movie. Anytime he shows up, something funny is going to come up. He's just so freaking hilarious in this movie. And there's also Dave Franco, which he only has a small scene in it, and so does Rob Riggle from the first one. And based on the trailers, Rob Riggle has a vagina now. Dave Franco becomes his bitch. There's other stuff I would love to put on here and talk to you about, but I mean, this movie, there's just so much stuff, especially scenes with Ice Cube and all the other supporting characters, and with Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, that I don't want to spoil anything, because this movie is just bound with so many jokes. Some, like I said before, are going to miss. Some are going to make you laugh out loud. Some are going to make you chuckle. And this just, all the, comedy genres that are in it, slapstick and, physical and dialogue scenes and all the sorts of different types, it just fits really well for the movie. And, oh yeah, this has one of the best ending credits I have ever seen. It makes fun of sequels so bad. It's just so hilarious. Just be sure to watch it during that, because if you miss that, you're missing out on the funniest things in the whole entire world. So be sure to watch the during the credits, because it's just so funny. All right, well, that's it for this review. Just wait a little bit, and the second movie will be the second review will be out, and you'll be able to view that. So anyway, I'll be seeing you guys in a little bit. All right, see ya.